This is the final lap. This is the final overtaking opportunity. I've got a big gap, but here comes Davide with a big one. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another iRacing video, another GR86 Cup, this time at Tsukuba, which is a very, very fun little track up in Japan. And I qualified 7th. I can put a lap together, but I am far from the quickest. I'm still figuring these cars out. So I'm just hoping for a top 5. We come around the final corner, turn 9, to take the green flag, and the guy in front of me, Vince Regaud, barges his way through, totally jumps the start. I went at the green lights. I did beat somebody back to the line, but to my understanding, my start was legal. Bit of contact between me and Bradley Dew, the pole sitter, into turn 1, but I've gone from 7th to 2nd. Vince Regaud has found himself in the lead because of his jump start. And through this first lap, I'm looking at him and I'm thinking, well, that wasn't cool. Somebody ought to take this guy out. Not me, though, because I don't want to risk my race. But if I get an opportunity on Vince, I'm going to go for the lead. Why not? So out of turn 5, the right-hand kink, this leads through turn 6, turn 7, into turn 8, a hard-braking right-hand hairpin. I give it some gas to get to his inside, spooks him a bit. There's no contact, but he hangs it all the way out to the grass, and that gives me the lead from 7th to 1st on lap 1 at Tsukuba. A very interesting start. So this is turn 9, long, sweeping right-hander. You need a touch of brakes on entry, and then it's just wait for the apex. And like I said, I'm good enough at this track, but I qualified 7th, and I believe my lap was about 7/10 off pole, which was Bradley Dew, who in these outside shots is that lime green and red car running in 3rd behind our good friend Vince. And in the background there, you see Bradley go for 2nd place. There's going to be a bit of contact. Vince gets sent half sideways, which after the jump start, I think he deserves. And now Bradley Dew, the pole sitter's back up to 2nd. And I've got this massive gap in the lead, but it's quickly eliminated. I don't have the pace to drive off. I didn't have the pace to keep the gap as it was. So Bradley Dew, with the help of Slipstream, but mostly my incompetence, runs me down. And I've got about, I think at this point, 12 minutes or so to keep him behind me. Typically, in the field, if somebody's that much faster than me, I'll let them by. But for the race lead, no, I'm going to hold on to it for dear life. And through that right-hand kink, that is turn 5, I wasn't great. I couldn't get the feel of how hard to chuck the car in. This is such a light, nimble, precise car. And I didn't have it down. I could run a lap clean, but I just didn't have the right amount of aggression on every corner, didn't have the right amount of patience getting on throttle out of every corner, and that's why Bradley's running me down, because he understands the car better. And here into turn 9, he's on my back bumper, and I'm going to do my best to keep him behind me. And he gets a better run out of the final corner, down into turn 1. He's going to take a little peek, but I'm going to go defensive, and I keep him behind me. And my thought is, unless this man is the Max Verstappen of the GR86 Cup, if I can protect the inside of these hairpins, then everything should be fine. But he gets a great run there out of turn 8, which is the last hard braking zone of the lap. The long back straightaway down towards turn 9, which has the light braking zone. You can pass here. It'd be really hard. I push him to the outside, and he's not going to get it done. But what it is going to do for him, he's going to get a great exit, because he backed the corner out. You hear the live comms. I go, oh, nuts. He goes to the inside. I do make an aggressive block there, but I keep him to my outside. So I hold the lead somehow still, but Bradley is feisty. Bradley knows he's faster than me. Bradley is trying to think of any way around me. And into turn 8, no attack. Out of turn 8, I could not get the exit out of turn 8. There were so many parts of the track where I was so far from perfect. It was just good enough everywhere. But it was good enough to keep Bradley behind me for another lap. You see, he takes a little peek, probably just to try to spook me into turn 9, because this is an easy corner to run wide, and it's an easy corner for Bradley to get a great exit. You see, he goes to my outside there. In fact, noses ahead into turn 1. Bradley Dew, looking for the race lead, uses the door. He gave me a bit of a pinch, but we hold it steady, and I hold the lead somehow. Now, through turns 2 and 3, the little S into turn 4. Bradley to the outside again. I defend the inside. He tries to cross me back over. I park the bus into turn 5, my favorite right-hand kink that I can just never get right. He is all over the back bumper, and he's going to have a run through the two left-handers of 6 and 7. Ha, ha, ha. I force him to the outside into turn 8 and hold the lead yet again. And now, just behind him, that is Davide Dente, who has found himself back in the pack. Vince is running in 4th. So we've got a field of cars ready to pounce. Bradley goes to the outside again into turn 9, and he's going to hold it tight. He keeps it around the outside. This is some very, very good driving from Bradley Dew in that lime green and red car to hold that around the outside into turn 1. He still has the nose alongside, but it's not going to be possible for him to make the move around the outside at any of these hairpins. He's going to have to try to cross me over, and I know that. So I'm doing my best. You could say it's dirty, but I'm going very slow in the middle of the apex to make sure he can't cross me over, parking the bus. And I think that's fair. I think that's fine, especially for the race lead. And we skip forward here into turn 9. He is on my back bumper, and I'm trying to hold it steady, but I don't get very good exits out of this final corner, which ruins the run into turn 1. And you see here, Bradley gets the run out of turn 9 into turn 1. He takes a peek to the inside. I go to block it all the way to the bottom of the track, and there's nothing going. Now they're side by side behind me for second. Davide Dente, Bradley Dew. And for a second there, I thought, oh, good, hold each other up. But Bradley had a great exit out of turn 1, and he clears Davide back into turn 4. Through turn 5, I hold the lead, but another bad run. You see that Bradley has a great run heading into turn 8. I have to go to the far right side of the track, defend the inside. Bradley goes very wide in the hairpin. They are side by side down the back straightaway for second place, and I use some oval racing strategy, kind of manipulate the traffic, use the slipstream, keep them next to each other, keep them battling. I say it's an oval racing strategy. I've never really used it in road racing. I used it many times in oval racing, kind of giving both of them my slipstream to keep them next to each other. Maybe it's a road racing thing. Whatever. Big move there from Davide on Bradley into turn 1, but Bradley holds it tight, holds on to P2. This would be a great time for me to drive off into the sunset. The battle for P2 would give me a great chance to say, sayonara, see you later. But I still haven't figured out the track with this car. I can hold the lead, I can put together a clean lap, but it's far from quick.
Just haven't been turning hard enough with the kink.
And on the live comms, you see there, in turn 5, I think I've discovered I need to just chuck the car in harder, turn it in harder, just send it harder. From there, that's the strategy I'm going to employ, at least through turn 5, is just chuck it. Just send it in. This car is so light, so nimble. It is a lot of fun to drive, the Toyota GR86. But it's so different compared to my usual car I drive is a stock car, which is very heavy, doesn't want to turn at all. So definitely different philosophies behind the wheel. And that's what's so beautiful about sim racing. But what is also beautiful about sim racing are the battles. And you see Bradley has closed right back up on me. Heading into turn 4, he goes for it pretty deep. Bit of bumper-to-bumper contact, but I keep control, keep the lead. Into turn 5, I try my new strategy I thought I figured out. It doesn't work great for me. Bradley's still all over my back bumper, closing in the slipstream. I go to the far right side of the track, push him to the outside. And he's going to try to cross me over here, and he really gets a good shot at it. Really gets on my back bumper. But good, clean, respectful driving from Bradley Dew. Massive shout out to Bradley Dew for not just driving through me. He takes a peek there into turn 9, which has some braking, but it's certainly not an overtaking zone, but he tried to take a peek, give me a spook, and it almost worked, but I hold it steady, back down into turn 1 again. He's going to think about a move to the inside, but I block it off. Might have been a bit of bumper-to-bumper contact again. But again, I maintain the lead, and I am so sweaty. My palms are sweaty, my knees are weak, my arms are heavy. As we head into turn 4, a big lunge from Bradley into turn 4. I keep him behind me. And at this point in the race, it is so late in the race, I know at any moment he's going to go for it. There's about 2.5 laps left at this point. He might give a big send here into turn 8 from that far back, and he thinks about it. He goes for it. There is contact. He hits the back bumper. He's on my right side. There's contact. I get a little sideways. I run his door down, and he backs out of it.
Very respectful for him to not take that.
And now Davide Dente to the inside of Bradley Dew into turn 9. They are side by side for second place. This is my opportunity coming to the white flag.
Going at it.
And I'm going to try to manipulate the slipstream yet again into turn 1. I'm going to see if Davide will go for the move into turn 1. He does. He barges his way through past Bradley Dew. And we have a new man in second place. Down into turn 4. I don't know what to expect from Davide. I haven't had him in my mirrors all race. Into turn 4. He brakes late. He gets real close to my back bumper, but I do get the better exit. In fact, Bradley gets a better exit. They go side by side just about into turn 5. Davide gets a great exit, but you see I'm about 2.5 car lengths ahead. This is the final lap. This is the final overtaking opportunity. I've got a big gap, but here comes Davide with a big lunge. There's contact, and he's going to hit my right side, nearly turn me. Bradley Dew's around. The nuh-uh on the radio, I will not stand for that. I somehow held onto the car. A hugely aggressive move from Davide into the final hairpin. He did apologize after the race, but that's not important. What is important is through turn 9, for the final time, somehow I have won this race.
I have never defended so hard.
So that was that race. Maybe the hardest I've ever defended. I feel as though I kept it clean the entire way. As always, I'm open to criticism. These cars are very fun, very interesting. I'm not great with them. I'm still figuring it out. But I hope everybody enjoyed this video. I hope everybody enjoyed this race. It was certainly one of the most interesting, exciting races I've done in a long time. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.